Homer is already dead. His consciousness was converted into data and projected onto the TV. This way he could not only play with the kids, but also enjoy endless candy rain. Marge was unwilling to live with such a Homer. Homer accidentally fell down the stairs. The Simpson family held a funeral for him at Springfield Church. Homer, who had secretly loved Marge for years, wanted to take the opportunity to pursue her, but Professor Frink suddenly walked into the church. He had revived Homer using cloning technology. Professor Frink had originally wanted to clone a pig, but Pig's intelligence was too high. He could only choose to first clone the simpler-minded Homer. The next day, Springfield Church held another funeral for Homer because he had eaten too much potato salad and stuffed himself to death. Moe came over again to comfort Marge, but Homer number 3 suddenly burst into the church long after. Homer number 3 accidentally died. Homer number 4 stumbled into his grave. Homer number 5 was accidentally electrocuted to death while getting toast. But a new Homer was quickly cloned. Soon Bart and Lisa grew up, but Homer became paralyzed from a fall while climbing a mountain. Learning that he couldn't eat solid food for 2 weeks, Homer finally couldn't stand it anymore. He immediately unplugged the machine switch. Years later, Homer's funeral was held as scheduled at Springfield Church. By this time, Bart already had 2 children. Lisa had also gotten together with Milhouse. Human bodies were now disposed of by cremation robots. But this time, Moe didn't pursue Marge again.
You know what? No. I'm tired of getting my hopes up here. You and your immortal husband can go take a flying leap, huh?
But at this moment, Professor Frink suddenly appeared. He said that Homer's genes had been completely used up. He could no longer revive Homer now. Professor Frink transferred Homer's consciousness into a USB drive. As long as the USB drive was plugged into a monitor, they could see him. To celebrate Homer's return from death, the family held a party, but Homer crashed from eating too much. He asked Marge to help restart him, but this action angered Marge. She gave the memory card storing Homer to Bart for safekeeping. But Bart's life was also terrible. Unable to afford a house, he could only live in a school classroom. Even his wife chose to divorce him and got together with an alien. Because he didn't have time to take care of the kids, he could only hand the 2 children over to his ex-wife to care for, and came to the bar alone to drown his sorrows. Nelson comforted Bart. The fastest way to forget an ex is to find the next one. He even gave a personal demonstration. Bart also wanted to go up and chat someone up. Bart could only go to an emotional therapy clinic. Using his wedding ring as payment, wanting to erase all memories and feelings about his ex-wife, when Bart woke up again, he found he had a new girlfriend. Bart finally regained his confidence, spending every day around different girls. To conveniently distinguish the types of girlfriends, Bart even specially created a file, but a portal suddenly appeared. Bart's ex-wife walked out sadly. She had broken up with her alien boyfriend. Now she really needed someone to lean on. The now mature Bart attracted his ex-wife's attention again. She invited Bart to a date at a Western restaurant. Bart left the 2 children with Homer to look after, and took his ex-wife for a candlelight dinner. Their relationship was finally repaired. The 2 children also had a complete family again, but the happy days didn't last long. During dinner, his ex-wife discovered Bart was always watching the game. Bart also pointed out that she was always chatting with other men. After an argument, the 2 parted on bad terms again. Bart came to Moe's tavern to drown his sorrows. He complained to Moe about things with his wife. At this time, Lisa also walked into Moe's tavern. She was also troubled by things with Milhouse. Marge also walked in at this moment. Lisa wanted to ask Marge if she was going to bring Homer back home. Bart confessed to his ex-wife that they weren't suitable for each other, but learned the news that his ex-wife had gotten back together with her alien ex-boyfriend again. But this time there was no jealousy or dissatisfaction in Bart's heart. A staff member told Bart that he had never left this room. Everything he had experienced was all false memories fabricated for him by the machine.